Hello guys, it's me once again. This is around 7 today. I'm not playing, I have a rest day. The others are playing of my team and I'll be cheering on the side. So we're playing today against Serbia. Quite an exciting matchup because they're pretty strong. We're supposed to beat them as we're slightly higher rated, but we should definitely not underestimate them. They're super strong, so I'm cheering for my team. Let's wish them good luck and hope for the best. And I'll let you know what the result is. Woo! Well, there we are. So my team did not manage to beat Serbia. In fact, we lost 1.5, 2.5. So yeah, that's a little bit of a disappointment, but we just could not get anything out of this match. Our opponents played super well, and my team fought hard, but we just got rolled essentially. And we were really lucky to get 1.5 actually. It was supposed to be 3-1, but Machtel managed to win an equal game. So hey, that's at least, a positive note. But yeah, we're going next, and next we are facing Switzerland. Another tough pairing, to be honest, because board 1 is Kosteniuk playing. So yeah, that's going to be something. I'll leave that up to the others to fight Kosteniuk, but I am excited. I'm excited to play tomorrow because yeah, don't tell anyone, guys, but I'm playing. Just don't tell anyone, it's a secret because the pairings are not out yet. But I'm playing tomorrow and I'm excited because yeah, I want to go back and help the team, and we're gonna hopefully beat Switzerland. All right, let's make it happen. Guys, I think I'm going crazy. So my opponent plays almost everything after e4. Like, so many different lines. And she also knows her openings pretty well. I don't see major issues with her openings. So here I am preparing for 1c5, 1e6, 1d6, and in c5 line, the Sicilian, she plays 2-3 different lines. It's pretty terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. And this makes me really nervous because I have to prepare a lot and I'm going through a lot of lines and I'm just going crazy. And I just hope for the best for the game, but I'm going to try to make sure that I'm rested before the game and not go too crazy on those lines, but I need to go check some lines, and hopefully that is enough to be ready for the game. Wish me luck, guys. It's about to get started. I'm about to go downstairs to the playing hall. We have our Alliance jersey on. There we go. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm nervous, but ready. She was nervous, but calm and ready. I've been listening to some music to get some hype going on in my head and to get excited, but the nerves are there, but let's make the best out of it. See you hopefully with some good news after the game. All right, guys, we are back after the game. The game finished, and well, this game was crazy, guys. A lot was at stake for me, and I have a really hard time hiding my emotions, so I'm just going to cut it straight to the point. I lost. It was a terrible game. I was struggling from start to finish, and my opponent just played amazingly. And yeah, I was devastated, of course, after the loss, but let's get first to the game. I'll get to that later. But yeah, let's first talk about the game. So my opponent, the day before I checked that my opponent was playing quite a lot of different openings. So I was of course planning to play e4, so I played the move e4, and she plays c5. She plays a Sicilian, so two or three different lines in a Sicilian, and she also had some games in the French. She also had 1d6 where she would play the Philidor, and basically she could play almost anything. So I was up for a tough challenge there to prepare for all of those openings, and it was rough. It was pretty rough, and it also made me realize how sloppy my repertoire is, that I really need to work on it because I should be ready for all of those options, you know? But it's really difficult when you don't have it ready just yet fully, and you have to prepare for several of those for one game. So yeah, time is limited. And okay, I was really certain my opponent would play the Sicilian. I feel like also that's, I wouldn't say my weakest point, but I think when you look in the database, it's where I score the least, or where I just deviate a lot and just do many different things. Which kind of implies that I'm just figuring things out as I go and I don't really know what I want. So I really expected her to play into this, but for some reason she decided to play e6, and I was really surprised by this. So we just went by all of those openings. We're like, okay, for this we're just going to play this. So this is what we prepared a few rounds ago, so let's just stick to that. And we tried everything we could to like limit the amount of time I had to take to prepare, which was still I still spent hours on preparation, but okay. She played e6, and I was really surprised, but I thought, okay, I'm just going to play d4, d5. So I usually play over the board. I play knight e2. I've also played e takes d5, and in almost all my online games, I just take on d5 because I don't really care. And I also don't really have a proper line against it, and I don't really feel like playing knight e2. Like online, I just want to have fun, right? But here I decided to go for bishop d3. So I had a game in the Dutch Championship against Maike where she completely obliterated me when I was playing in this line with the black pieces. The only issue is that I didn't take on e4. So yeah, she took on e4. Bishop takes e4, knight f6, and bishop f3. So yeah, this is the main line in here in this variation. c5 is very good, knight e2, and this is the setup. So the idea behind this line is that you put your bishop on f3, and you're basically looking at that pawn on b7, restricting the bishop from developing. So the bishop has a really difficult time to develop, the classic French bishop, and yeah, that's what you're basically playing into. However, this does pose some problems for white because this bishop looks weird over here. Usually it's on d3 to look over here towards the king side, and your center is basically gone, especially after c takes d4. You don't have a center anymore, and yeah, it's a little bit difficult to see where the pieces are going, because let me tell you, after knight bd7, all of a sudden bishop c5 is incoming, attacking the queen, and e5 is always a threat in the position, because then e4 wins a piece, because this bishop gets trapped. And yeah, it just feels a little unnatural, at least for me, someone who hasn't played this ever. This is literally my first time playing this line, I think, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I was struggling a lot during the game. So I played bishop e3. So I was trying to recall what my preparation was, because I barely looked into this. I didn't even think it was going to happen, but it did happen. And I tried to recall some things, and I remember that queen b6 was in my file. I don't know. I don't remember very well, but yeah, after queen e7, I was like, what do I do? So here I spent way too much time on whether I should take or play short castle. And it was really difficult for me to understand and evaluate the position, like which move is better. And in hindsight, I should absolutely not have spent so much time on this move, which is more than 20 minutes. It's outrageous, but it happened. I don't know where the time went. Like all of a sudden I had less than an hour on the clock. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, in the end I decided to take on c5, and yeah, I just went with it. Knight takes c5 happened. The reason why I decided to not go short castle is because I didn't like that there's bishop b4. Apparently this is a draw line. Okay, no, this must be okay for black. I think black wants to play on here. I was really terrified of this pawn push. I didn't know how to handle it. Usually I have a pawn on e4 myself, so I never have to worry about this, but now I have to worry about it with the bishop on f3. Anyway, so I took on c5, knight takes, and here I decided to play b4. I really thought that I had to play concrete chess here for whatever reason. Like, I'm not in danger whatsoever, but I was so sure that I had to stop black from playing e5, e4 type of moves at all costs because it's incoming. And I thought the knight would be in an awkward place after b4. So knight d7 went back, so I thought, okay, I succeeded. My plan has been, was a success because the knight has to retreat and this bishop is unable to develop. So I was really happy about this. So short castle, knight e2, finishing the development, knight b6. And here I thought I was being smart by playing knight f4 because if first of all, I'm stopping knight d5, so my knight and bishop are looking at that square, so I should be fine. If e5, I would play rook e1, and I am more than fine. So I was really sure that knight f4 was such a clever move, until it hit me that my opponent is able to play bishop d7. And as she spent quite some time here, at some point during that time, I realized, oh, if I take, which I did play, my b4 pawn is super weak. And I was like, wait a second, okay. During the game, I thought, okay, let's just take that pawn. I think it's okay, I'll be fine. But the more I started to, get into it, I was like, this is getting very suspicious. I don't know. So bishop a6 is not what I played, but I did consider this move. But I didn't like the fact that I'm allowing knight d5 so easily. And I thought, okay, if a rook gets to b4, I don't know, where do we go? I thought if queen c5, at least rook b4 is possible. And I didn't like this whatsoever. And okay, I guess I can take a pawn on a7, but it doesn't feel like I gain anything from taking that pawn. My pieces are, not coordinated at all. It's very bad. It just looks terrible. And I would be concerned for my king for sure. So yeah, the moves suggested are knight f4 and stuff like that, so it's a little bit dangerous. It doesn't look very dangerous just yet, but you can just already tell that in a few moves you'll run into some issues. So yeah, this is why I didn't like bishop a6. I really thought that I had to do something else, and I was super excited to play queen c7. I thought, let's go. I am so ready to make the game spicy, exciting, and everything. And I thought, hey, I'm infiltrating into black's position. Those rooks over here, they have to be scared. So queen takes b4. I see this move, of course. I'm expecting it. And here I am like, okay, should I play rook d1 or should I play c3? So I ended up playing c3 because I thought, okay, this queen has to leave. If the queen goes back to e7, I would feel really, I would be really happy because, I was really excited to play rook d1 and stuff like that, and I thought the queen would be a little stuck there, and the bishop can't really move. So I was really happy to go into this. Apparently this is not great for me at all. For whatever reason, I'm just worse here. Queen d8 is possible. I thought it would be more than fine here, but apparently I'm just worse. It's crazy. But yeah, so c3, and what I completely missed, so instead of moving the queen, my opponent played something completely different. Rook takes b7, and I thought, what? I was very aware of the fact that my queen is defending the knight, but it never crossed my mind that she can just take my bishop on b7 and just get 2 pieces for the rook. It just never hit me, and I was shocked. All this time, I was spending time on the fact that the queen is going to retreat or play queen a4, which I wasn't really happy about, but I thought, okay, I'll handle it. It's fine. We'll just try something. But she played rook takes b7, and I was just shocked. I could not believe my eyes, and I just missed this, like such a simple move. Queen takes b7, queen takes f4, and yeah, I'm taking a pawn here, and I'm hoping that my 2 pawns are any worse here. You know, maybe, I mean, they're passed pawns, so maybe they can make something happen, but no. Instead of taking the knight, she plays queen d6, very solid move. So, yeah, if queen takes d2, queen takes b6, you know, allowing me to just move the pawn forward. She will take this pawn, but at what cost, right? So, she wants to try to trap my queen. So queen d6 is what she played. I played rook d1 because I wanted to develop the rook and get the knight involved somehow. Queen c6, very nice move because she's threatening to play rook a8 and trapping my queen. I play rook b1, attacking the knight, so she has to do something with it. She plays knight a4. And here I am playing rook b8 because, yeah, I want to try to make something happen. And trading rooks, I thought it was a good idea because this rook can get really annoying and maybe I can make something happen here. So here she took on c3, rook e1, and yeah, she played bishop c8. I was really surprised by this move. I didn't even consider it a move. It's, you know, it's a backward move and it looks terrible on the 8th rank, but apparently it's more than fine. h3 is what I played just to create some loops for my king. And here I'm already in time trouble. So yeah, this is move 24, so 16 moves ahead of us in time trouble. Not a good time. 97, I retreat my rook. 95, I push the pawn and hope for the best. Rook g3. I was really trying to make rook c1 work, but unfortunately this fails due to knight f4. And it's just so sad because this is threatening checkmate, right? So I cannot just take on c5 because then queen takes g2 checkmate. And if you take with the queen instead, then okay, it's the same thing actually. But if you do anything else, you just get hit by the knight fork. So on a2. So yeah, I was really, you know, sad about that. But okay, rook g3. We're just going to defend it, and I was planning to go there anyway, so that maybe I get to play queen d4, attack on g7, you know, try to get tricky. Knight f4 was played, and here I was, okay, I only have 35 seconds, right? So I cannot really calculate much. I'm trying to calculate as much as I can during her move, but it is difficult. And once again, I want to play rook c1, but she's very clever to stop me from playing this because of knight e2 check. So that's why, okay, I first moved the pawn up because it was under attack. So naturally, I want to save that pawn. Bishop b7, reinforcing the attack on the pawn on g2. I just play king h2 so that I get out of this fork on e2 at any moment. Queen d5, knight f3. Here we're just playing moves really. Knight d3, rook d1, I'm pinning the knight. Queen e4, rook g4, I'm really praying that I can survive this. Rook d2, but this is just getting very rough for me. I don't know what to do here, and as I had only a few seconds left on the clock, I decided to play queen b6 because it felt like any other move is just giving away a piece, and I was super terrified. So I thought, okay, let's just trade queens. I'm sick of the threat on g2, so let's see what happens. But here she has e4, and now it started to hit me that my rook on g4 is getting trapped. So yeah, play knight e4, f5, rook g5. But yeah, I'm just slowly, you know, starting to accept the fact that I'm going to lose this game. Like, I just have nothing at all. Those knights over here are crazy. The pawn chain over here is just really good. And yeah, I cannot really do much. I'm just blocked, and rooks belong on open file. So I put my rook on the a file, but what's next? Because I'm facing the biggest wall ever. Like, it's so crazy how these three pieces, okay, let's add another one. Let's add this one. How these pieces are just holding down the fort like that. It's absolutely crazy to me. So rook d8, knight b5, King f6. I'm just playing a couple of moves here. I'm just going to show you what happened. Because here she already trapped my piece. So, okay, this was already move 42. But yeah, she just trapped my piece and I'm here stuck thinking, what can I possibly do to maybe get a endgame with like rook and knight versus rook or something. You know, something that I can actually hold. But no, it's just impossible. So I take here because my knight literally has no squares left. If I go to c8, she's just going to take this pawn and this knight is going to get captured one way or the other. It's just a matter of time. And also f4 is incoming, so I thought I had to do something here. Take that pawn off the board. I did. It crossed my mind to take here and then take here and pray that I can make a draw, but it's just 2 pieces is way too much. If one knight was not here, then maybe you can try something. Okay, it's still lost, but you can try to do something. But this is just outright lost. So I play f3, f takes e4, bishop takes, and here I'm praying to get myself stalemated, but she plays g5. I was really hoping to get my king to h4 over here, and then king f4, and somehow g5, and then she takes, and then somehow I managed to make a stalemate, which is not possible at all, but you know, like, Eric Rosen would have been proud of me if it was possible. But yeah, she plays g5, just eliminating any sort of stalemate opportunities, because my pawn on h3 can still move. So I play rook c2, king e4, rook e2, and after knight f4, I thought, okay, I'm just, just done. It's just such a strange position, right? Because, like, I have 2 rooks, but the 2 rooks are the most useless pieces I've ever seen in my life. And it may seem to you like, okay, you can still play a few more moves, right? But it's going down badly here. I mean, okay, I can save 1 rook and the knight d3, but I'm just getting checkmated. This king is not safe here. I'm just, like, my pieces are being squeezed together. So, yeah, after knight f4, I resigned, and I could simply also not accept the fact that I lost this game. Like, I would have been fine losing any of the other games, you know, because I was worse in almost all of the other games that I've played in this tournament. But this specifically was really painful because I was going for a medal on my board. I was, before this round, I was 3rd in my board list. So, yeah, I had big chances to get a medal. I was still fighting for a 7-round WJEM norm. It's really difficult, but there was some possibility. Like 2 out of 2 would have been really nice in the last 2 rounds, but unfortunately, it was impossible. I didn't manage to do it, and I lost this game. It was just heartbreaking, honestly, and also the way that I lost, I was so sad. Like during the game, I started to realize and think, like, why did I play this line? Why did I not just like go for anything else? But yeah, my opponent just simply outplayed me. This opening was not right for me. I mean, I keep telling you guys that French is just OP. It's just such a strong opening. But yeah, my own powers have been used against me. I need to figure out what to do against the French. But yeah. It's unfortunate to go down like this. Also, my team lost 1.5, 2.5. Switzerland is just way too strong. Edina had a really good game. She was winning at some point, but 14th move, always the 14th move. She made a mistake, and from there it went downhill. But yeah, Beng had a really nice game. She won. Machtel was supposed to lose, but she managed to survive. She was apparently better at some point, but I think a draw was a really nice result given the circumstances. So yeah, we went down only barely against Switzerland. If only I had a better game, you know. But okay, it is what it is. It was a really tough match for us, and we're going into the last round with no expectations now. Well, I don't really want to lose rating, so there is that only expectation. But yeah, we're just going into the last round, hoping for the best, trying to make the most out of it, and just try to have a fun and good game. That's what matters. Hope to have less nerves now, because this game was so important to me. I was really nervous. But yeah, I hope to just literally not care for the next game. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recap, even though I had a terrible game. But we just keep going. Let's go for the last round and make the best of it. We're playing Israel. So yeah, let's end on a good note. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next one, which I'll probably, by the way, record from home because we're flying the day after tomorrow in the very early morning. So I will have very little time. I'll see if I can try to record a recap, but I highly doubt it will be possible. It will be very difficult. So just putting it out there. The recap will probably go up later, but anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day and see you in the next one.